Welcome in to MetroEast Sports. We're here at Reynolds High School as the Gresham Gophers are going to be visiting the Reynolds Raiders here. With me is Jerry Peterson. Jerry, thanks for coming out tonight.
All right, PJ, it's good to be here on a Friday night here at Reynolds High School. Looks like it's going to be a fun night. The crowd is out here getting ready. The band is pepped up and the players are warming up, so I think we're going to have a good one tonight.
Yeah, we're going to have a great matchup here between these Mount Hood Conference foes. What could be a very interesting matchup with the two different styles that the teams play. Gresham is more of a pressure team, and Reynolds is really, really strong defensively. So it's going to be an interesting matchup to see how the pressure of Gresham, how they can handle Reynolds and the defense that they play.
Yeah, PJ, I think Gresham, they really like to get at it and get after them. They like a full court open game, and they have some players who really are defensive minded. They like to get after it, and it's going to be interesting to see how Reynolds reacts to that pressure. They got a lot of young players, and so it'll be a testament to see if they can handle themselves. They went out and beat them last time on their court, so I think they feel good being at home and their chances.
Before we get to the starting lineups, let's go over the league standings for the Mount Hood Conference. At the top of the Mount Hood Conference, Central Catholic at 14-4. Barlow is in second at 12-5, tied with this Gresham team at 12-5. David Douglas 7-10. Reynolds 8-9, 1-3 in the league, and Centennial at 6-12. And we are getting set here for the starting lineups. Before we get to that, let's go ahead and hit the impact players for both teams. We'll start out with Gresham and Nico Estebar. Keys for him: initiate the offense effectively, set up his teammates for easy opportunities. He needs to limit turnovers. Every possession counts for Gresham, and they need Nico to take care of the ball. And he needs to pressure the ball. Make the young guards from Reynolds go the length of the floor with someone in their face. And for Reynolds, Devontae Warren, he's a 6'1" wing with good playmaking skills. He leads the team in points and assists. He's their best defensive player on Reynolds, and he guards the other team's best player. And he's also a team leader that sets the tone for how active his teammates play. So we are in the starting lineup, so let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups, and we'll start out with the visiting Gresham Gophers. Starting at guard, number 10, Devontae Hoffman. At another guard, a 6-foot senior, Austin Spicer. Number 22, Nico Estebar is the starting point guard. He's a senior. Mason McCoy, a 6'2" wing. And in the post, Ethan Hamilton, a 6'4" senior. And for the home Raiders of Reynolds High School, starting at guard, 00, Drew Eubanks. Also at guard, Cody Starr, a 5'11" sophomore. At a wing, Cameron Sheets, a 5'10" junior. Devontae Warren, also as a wing, a 6'1" junior. And in the post, at 6'5", number 32, Dakota Ayala. And we're going to go to the national anthem, and we will take a quick break and be back here shortly with MetroEast Sports.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
We're back, MetroEast Sports, PJ Miller alongside with Jerry Peterson. And I caught up with Coach John Poach earlier in the day, and he talked a little bit about what the keys were for tonight. So let's go ahead and take a look at that.
I am here with Reynolds head coach John Poach. John, this year you got a bunch of young players, a lot of sophomores and juniors out there. How has this team developed over the year?
Well, we're getting better, but we came into the year with next to nothing in terms of varsity experience. And it's the youngest squad I've ever had, with starting most of the time a freshman and a sophomore, sometimes two sophomores and a freshman. So extremely young, but they're getting better, and some of them are getting better by leaps and bounds. So it's an exciting process.
Gresham plays with a lot of pressure out there. How do you teach your young guards how to deal with that?
Well, it'll be a team effort to try to handle their physicality in their 1-2-2 half-court or three-quarters court trap, and we're just going to try to use some ball fakes and get the ball in the middle and see if we can't make good decisions about when to attack aggressively and when to set up in the half-court offense.
Defensively, you guys have done a pretty good job of holding teams down score-wise. How has your defense come along this year?
I think it's been pretty consistent. Nobody's gotten really high numbers on us. Even teams such as Douglas that tend to get up and down and want to put a lot up, they put more than what we're comfortable with, but nobody's been in the 80s on us. Most teams are in the 40s, 50s, or low 60s, so we like to try to keep the tempo to our favor tonight.
All right, thank you very much, Coach.
All right, there is head coach John Poach. And one of the interesting things I heard him say was tempo. And I think that could be one of the keys for the game tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be pretty much the main key when it comes to Gresham getting out and getting easy and early baskets and keeping the pressure on the young Reynolds Raiders. And for Reynolds, obviously, it's the opposite of that. They want to slow it down, and they want to be deliberate, and they want to make sure that they utilize the fact that they've got two big guys inside their version of the Twin Towers. And they need to make sure they get the ball to those guys in scoring position where they can get easy buckets, because there's nobody really on Gresham that is tall enough to contend with those guys once they get the ball inside.
All right, we'll be back with starting lineups and keys to the game here on MetroEast Sports.
You can say with me, imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read.
So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child.
So let's join hands, book people unite. On earth, hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time.
One book can be the first thing helps to change a life. Book people unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
I am here with Gresham assistant coach Marcus Hudson. Coach, you've had a couple of games already in the Mount Hood Conference. You guys have played Barlow and a couple of the other teams, and you guys got a big one tonight against Reynolds. It's one of those matchups that it's going to be dictated by tempos, as the coach from Reynolds says. What are you guys trying to do with your tempo?
We're just trying to make sure that we stay calm. They're going to be what we think they're going to be doing is a 2-3 zone or a 1-3-1 zone, and we got to make sure that we make our passes easy passes, make it to the short corner, and get the easy looks and not force up threes and get into their tempo.
This team that you guys, Gresham, it's one of those teams that you really like. We talk about tempo a lot, and you guys are very, very physical down low. Is that something that you guys do in practice? Is that something you guys really preach to them, or is that kind of just innate to these players?
It's both, and a tribute to both of them. In practice, we go extremely hard. We try to focus on the boxing out piece, and the boxing out and going up with two hands. A lot of our guys like to go up with one hand, think that they can out jump guys, but we still tell them, get your butt into somebody and push them out, and then we can get it and go. There's a couple of guys that are also just naturally gifted. Maleko Arango, he's just a natural athlete, and he listens to us, but he does his own thing, and he likes to go up and fly and get the ball and then get out.
Yeah, with these high schoolers, there's always this kind of, I don't want to say attitude like it's a negative thing, but they are kind of finding their identity right now. So how do you deal with those players, when they're still trying to struggle with who they are and kind of what kind of players they want to be?
Right. Actually, this year has been one of our best groups in a lot of years. Maleko, like I had mentioned earlier, he's a young sophomore. He's used to kind of being the man on most teams, and now he's had to find his role as being the first or second guy off the bench, and he's accepted it extremely well. He's a real personable kid. Most of the guys, actually all the guys, they're very, very coachable, it makes it easy on us, me and Coach Mike Melton.
You guys have some seniors on this team, and talk a little bit about the leadership and kind of what they bring.
Well, let's just see. There's 4 standout ones. Ethan Hamilton, he's the most vocal on our team. He's letting everybody know on defense where he's at. He's in help. He's got this. Devontae Hoffman is also another good defensive stopper. Nico gets us going in our offense. He's a pretty good point guard, and Austin Spicer can shoot it. And they've played together. A few of them have played together since 7th grade, so they're familiar with each other, what they're going to do, how they're going to do it. And then those 4 have been playing since their freshman year, so they know each other pretty well.
All right, thank you, Coach, for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who take action are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
And we're back here, and we are in the national anthem, so we will pause. We're back here, MetroEast Sports, PJ Miller with Jerry Peterson. Great job there by the Reynolds Junior ROTC with the flag presentation. We're out here, Reynolds High School, as the Gresham Gophers take on the Raiders of Reynolds. Real quick before the starting tip, let's go over the keys to the game for both teams, starting with Gresham. Keys for Gresham: win the rebound battle. Gresham must aggressively go after rebounds, limit second chance opportunities. Raiders can be explosive at times offensively if given multiple opportunities. They have to hold them to one shot, and they need to pressure the ball. Gresham can make the young Raiders team make quick decisions on capitalize on turnovers. For Reynolds, take care of the ball. Gresham will use full court pressure to try and force Reynolds into bad decisions. Match the physical intensity of Gresham. Reynolds can't let the veteran Gophers intimidate them, and play good team defense. Reynolds needs to work together to keep the score low. And Reynolds wins the tap, but a turnover there, and Nico into the front court for Gresham. Into the post, Hamilton with a little turnaround, and he hits the first bucket for Gresham. So here's that pressure by Gresham again. Turnover. Hamilton feeds it over to Austin Spicer for the easy 2.
Yeah, PJ, Gresham is off to a fast start. They 4 quick points off turnovers.
We talked about it. That is one of our keys as Cameron Sheets puts it in, wide open underneath the basket. Hamilton inside again, blocked down low. Reynolds gets a ball, but looks like we're going to have a turnover, and it'll be Gresham ball.
You saw the young players in Reynolds. They sagged down and got a good block on that defensive play.
Once again, Reynolds has no seniors this year. They're made up of 5 juniors, 5 sophomores, and a freshman. Looks like the ball was tipped out of bounds, so it'll stay Gresham's ball.
Yeah, Coach Poach said he's going to be tested tonight. He knows they're young, but they're starting to get experience by leaps and bounds. Every game, they're looking better.
Ball inbounded to Hoffman, over to Estebar. Hamilton finds Hoffman underneath for the easy 2. Devontae Hoffman gets on the board early here in the first quarter. 6:31 left to go. Pressure again by Gresham. Reynolds doing a pretty good job of finding the open player. Need to get into their offensive set now. Down low. Great little turnaround hook. Left it a little bit short there. Dakota Ayala. Pretty good pressure here by Reynolds. Hoffman underneath. Misses. Inside, and it'll be off Gresham. Out of bounds to Reynolds. Ayala will take a quick seat here for Reynolds. And Skylar Johnson will replace him. Cody Starr brings it across for Reynolds. Johnson out to Sheets. He misses, but got a rebound inside. Missed by Warren. Gresham quickly into the front court.
Yeah, Warren's a good all-around player, a triple threat, and he was inside on that offensive rebound. He just missed it by a little bit.
Nico resets the offense. Looks to penetrate. Over to Hoffman, into the corner. We got a 3-pointer there. Austin Spicer. Turnover again for Reynolds. Gresham steals quickly out on the break. Hoffman with a little floater. Unable to connect, but he draws the foul, so he'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Yeah, PJ, Gresham looks like they're feeling really comfortable here being on the road. Their senior leadership is working well for them. Hopefully they can keep up the pressure. Their offense is really their defense. That's how they score, so they love to get it going up and down the court as fast as possible.
We talked to Coach John before the game for Reynolds, and he said one of the things was keeping the pace slow. They want to make sure that it stays down so that they defensively can, got a hard foul there. Foul will be on Austin Spicer. That Reynolds wanted to keep the pace slower, keep the score down, and let their defense do a lot of the work for them.
Yeah, they want to dictate their offense through their defense and keep a lid on the Gresham fast break.
Nice little pass down low. And we got a turnover again on Reynolds. Quickly out to Spicer. Spicer for 2.
They don't want to let Spicer get his game going, because once he gets the offensive going on his drives and fast breaks, defense, his jumper starts falling too. So it's a good timeout here for Reynolds.
Yeah, we got a quick timeout here for Reynolds. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. Looks like we're going to have some substitutions for Reynolds as well. Offensively, they look a little bit lost out there. They're not quite getting into their offensive flow. That pressure is really getting to this young Reynolds team.
Yeah, the thing about Reynolds is being young, you're always looking for someone, a leader out there, and somebody kind of has to step up. And you just kind of have to have that inside yourself to want to be that leader. And right now, I think they're just looking at each other. They're waiting for their big guy inside, or excuse me, they're waiting for their guard, Devontae Warren. He's usually the one that's the offensive threat, so he gets them going. So if he can get it going, maybe they'll start scoring some points.
And we're going to get a foul on Gresham. Into the game for Reynolds. Austin Poach, he's actually the coach's son, so he gets his first action of the game here. He's a 5'7" junior, number 21. Reynolds to inbound. Eubanks looking for a point guard. Back out to Poach. And we got a turnover. Gresham looking to push. Hoffman swings the ball over. Here's Estebar. Looks like that got blocked. And Reynolds will try to push here. Williams also came in at the last timeout for Reynolds. He leaves the three-pointer just short. And Gresham will go the other way. There's Hoffman into the key, looks for the little hook shot, but he draws the foul. He'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, PJ. Reynolds, they really are struggling right now. They have their star guard. He's out right now, Devontae Warren, so they're looking to find somebody to pick up the slack in scoring, and they look a little bit lost out there right now. On the other hand, Gresham, it looks like they're on all cylinders right now. They have an 8-point lead, and their offense seems to be flowing well. They're playing great defense, and they're just doing what they normally do, getting after it.
Hamilton hits that second free throw, and he will take a seat. Into the game is Ben Bachman for Gresham. 3:48 to go here. Gresham leads 11-2. There's Poach inside. Kicks it out for the three-pointer just off the side of the rim for Reynolds. Gresham again quickly into the front court. There's Bachman underneath, and we're going to get a travel. Dragged his pivot foot there.
Yeah, that was great defense. They closed out on the baseline. The big guys are really moving their feet, and they're difficult to get around because these young guys are tall. There goes 6'5", 6'7".
Yeah, Reynolds seems to be doing very well when they can get Gresham into a half-court set. They just got to work on their transition defense. There's Poach looking for a little room. Ball goes off Gresham.
Yeah, if they can work on their spacing, PJ, they've got the size inside. They just have to get the room to get the ball inside of their big man.
Gresham doing a great job of putting pressure on the ball handler, making those entry passes harder.
Definitely, definitely.
Nice little move there by Williams, unable to connect. And Gresham with the rebound.
That's what they're going to need. They need somebody else to step up and penetrate and feed it to their big guys inside.
Hoffman outside, just over the head of Bachman. So it'll be a turnover for Gresham.
Yeah, that was a great defensive series for Reynolds right there. They took their time. They had Barlow actually going slower than they really want to, and that's what they want to do, slow the game down to their pace.
Looks like Coach had a couple of things to say to Devontae, and he's back in the game now. Great penetration, and just off the side of the rim. But he will go to the free throw line. That's Cody Starr. 2 free throws pending.
His first, Cody Starr at the line, shooting 2.
Cody's been doing a pretty good job of trying to initiate the offense, trying to deal with that pressure that he's getting from Gresham. Cody is a sophomore. He's 5'11". Makes the first, misses the second. Puts a score at Gresham 11 and Reynolds 3. 2:18 left to go here, first quarter. Reynolds deflects that ball out of bounds. More good defense by Reynolds, but pretty good offense there by Spicer to get into the lane and hit that little floater. Warren out to start, misses the three-pointer. Warren underneath though. And we're gonna get a 3-second call on Reynolds. Good job of offensive rebounding there by Reynolds, getting after it on the boards there.
Yeah, that's Warren. That's their all-around player, and he definitely goes inside. He's more of a wing than a guard, I would have to say. Small forward.
He's pretty thick, though.
He's a big guy. Great basketball body.
Nice pass. Bachman ain't able to connect, but he gets his own rebound, goes back up, and refs discuss what the call is going to be.
Yeah, it's hard to see what that one was.
And we're going to get a foul on Reynolds. It's going to be on Cody Starr. That's his first foul. Bachman will be at the line shooting 2. Bachman, last time we covered them when they played Barlow, I think we talked about he's kind of one of those garbage men underneath. He's always battling for rebounds. Just one of those guys down low that you don't want to tangle with.
No, and he hustles on every play, every loose ball. He's not afraid to go to the ground and dive for loose balls. And so you need a guy like that on every team, really, you do.
And we got a substitution here for Gresham. Estebar is in for Spicer. Some more of that pressure here by Gresham. It's a foul on Gresham. Devin Hargrove, that'll be his first.
Yeah, that's guard Brandon Williams, number 10. He's doing a lot of the ball handling for Reynolds right now and doing a pretty good job, I'd have to say.
Nice little jump hook there. Drew Eubanks, 6'7" sophomore. Definitely has a height advantage inside. If they can get him the ball, it looks like that could be one of their big offensive weapons here today. Entry pass to Bachman's tipped away, and Reynolds looking to put a little bit of dent here at the end of the first quarter into Gresham's lead. And we're going to get a timeout by Reynolds. So when you get a guard who picks up his dribble like that, what do his teammates need to do to help him out?
Well, that's the thing. The one thing is a guard must not pick up his dribble. That's the key thing for a point guard, because once you do that, all your players have to rush to you. They can double team you. You lose your options. You only have one option, and that's pass, and everybody knows that, so they overplay the other players, and you usually get a 5-second call or a turnover. So he really has to keep his dribble and keep his head up and try to look inside. They need to set some more picks up top too, maybe some pick and rolls to get the guards free so they have an easier chance to get the ball inside to their bigs.
Great insight there by Coach Peterson.
Well, I was a guard, but I definitely love to pass the ball, and that's the way you really win, is sharing the rock.
Reynolds inbounds after their timeout. Into Poach. Out on the perimeter for Williams. Over to Warren, inside. Great little pass there to Drew Eubanks for the easy 2 underneath the basket.
Nice movement on the ball for Reynolds on that play.
Good transition by Gresham. And they come back. Arango there with a 2 in transition. 15 seconds left to go here first quarter. 17-7. Gresham leads. And we're going to get a foul. Oh, he landed on that ball a little awkwardly. We're going to get a foul on Gresham. Not a bad foul. He was penetrating towards the basket, so now they have to re-inbound. 5.2 seconds. Get a lob underneath. And he hits it. Drew Eubanks. I don't even think he jumped on that shot.
Oh, that was a funny style play. He really had a chance. I mean, a hard time getting a handle on the ball, and by the time he got it, the clock was running out. He just kind of threw it up on a circus shot.
All right, so here at the end of the first quarter, Gresham leads Reynolds 17-9 here on Metro Esports.
In 1977, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the US Open twice, 1 in 1.2 billion. The odds of him having a child diagnosed with autism, 1 in 88. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs of autism.
We're back here, Reynolds High School, with the Mount Hood Conference Boys Basketball 6A Oregon High School. Gresham leads 17-9, start of the second quarter. Nico at the top for Gresham. Turnover. Quickly into the front court is Starr. And we're going to get a foul on Gresham. Foul is going to be on Nico Escobar. That'll be his second, and he will take a seat on the bench. And into the game for Gresham will be Devontae Hoffman. There's Poach into the key, misses the little floater, gets his own rebound, out to Starr. Into the corner to Warren. Going inside to Eubanks. Right now, Gresham has no answer for Eubanks, and Reynolds is really looking to go inside to him.
They really are, and if they can be patient and just let him keep moving down the baseline, reposting, posting up, they're going to get him a lot of good shots, because I don't think there's anyone that can contend with him inside for Gresham.
That foul was on Rain Deo for Gresham, his first. Here's the second free throw for Eubanks. Misses that one after making the first. Devontae Hoffman into the front court for Gresham. Into the corner. Jumper's a little long, and Reynolds gets the rebound. Starr into the wing. Good transition there. Unable to complete it, and we got a timeout, a referee timeout. Looks like we got an injured Raider on the ground. Can't tell what's the issue, what he hurt. Looks like he's grabbing his front of his leg there, his quadricep area.
Yeah, I think he had a little collision on the rebound, and they maybe knocked knees, and he looks like he got the worst of it on that.
Yeah, that's always the worst, is when you get like those Charlie horses in the front of your leg when it's fully extended. Oh.
Yeah. Those are painful. You just got to walk them off and take a bit of a rest and a breather.
Sure, we'll see him back in the game a little bit later. Gresham working the perimeter here for a good offensive shot. Good pass down low, but we got a turnover. Oh, we're gonna get a jump ball. Good hustle there by Reynolds to get the jump ball.
Jump ball is a call. Possession arrow favors the Raiders.
And it will be Reynolds' ball.
Yeah, PJ, I'm impressed by Reynolds' defense. They really packing it in. They're getting scrappy. They're going to the board. They're going for every loose ball, and just keeping them in touch with this game. They're still in contact. It's only a 7-point lead.
Yeah, they just need to keep this game close coming towards the end. Reynolds down low. There's Poach for three, and he hits the three-pointer. Austin Poach hits the first three-pointer for Reynolds. Draws them to within 4 at 17-13. 6 minutes to go here, first half. Again, Reynolds content on working their offense around the perimeter. Good entry pass. Got a three-pointer here. Off the back of the rim. Great rebound and putback there by Ryan Deo. Warren underneath for the 2 points. It's a great look there by Starr to find Warren underneath.
That was a great look. The guy was cutting underneath and almost a no-look pass. It was so quick. They need more of that.
Gresham goes inside and got a block there. Goes up with the left hand, misses, fighting for the rebound, and Warren comes up with it. Good job there by Warren, being in the right place at the right time. Here's Poach, hit the pull-up 3, just a little long there. Crowd would have gone wild with that one.
That would have brought him within 1.
And we're gonna get a turnover there by Gresham. Looked like he was open if he would have cut into towards the basket a little bit, but the pass was just off his fingertips.
Yeah, it's funny, PJ. The game is really kind of slowing down, and I don't think Gresham realizes it, but they really are playing at a tempo that's conducive for Reynolds to win. If they keep this up, they're going to keep Reynolds right in the game.
Eubanks back in for Reynolds. Starr at the top. Williams doing a good job of trying to initiate some offense. There's Starr again into Warren. Warren with a little turnaround. Oh, unable to connect.
That was good ball movement though from Reynolds. That's what they want. The young fellas are playing good right now.
And we're going to get a travel there on Gresham. Good job of getting back on transition D there for Reynolds.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Reynolds' defense. They're solid, they know their principles, and they're helping out each other, and they're hitting the boards hard, and they got the game at the pace they needed to be at.
Playing great team defense,
Excellent.
Working together.
Definitely.
There's Poach into the key, and he hits the floater. Draws Reynolds within 2 at 19-17. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Gresham underneath. Finds Hamilton for the easy 2 right at the rim. And we got some pressure again here by Gresham. Poach looking for a screen, and we're going to get a turnover. Eubanks was coming to set the screen, but the ball went off Poach's foot and out of bounds.
Yeah, and I'm also liking the way that Gresham, their big men are passing inside. They haven't hit a lot of shots, but they're playing well and they're looking for each other, and that's what counts. You know, later in the game, those shots will start falling.
Devontae Hoffman to initiate for Gresham. Got a quick three-pointer, in and out. Starr over to Warren.
Yeah, he had his head down. He missed a player
oh,
right
and
inside.
we got a turnover here. We're going to get a breakaway lay-in for Mason McCoy. So Gresham answering quickly. Starr inside, follows his own shot, misses on the second one, and we're going to get a foul underneath on Reynolds.
That was a tough play for the young player. Starr is really having a good game. He's hustling, going to the boards, fouling his shot, and I think he just got a little frustrated on that last foul.
Coach has got to be happy with the aggressiveness and the hustle that his team is showing here in the second quarter.
Yeah, they're keeping him right in the game. Reynolds can't have anything to be sad about because they're only down by 5.
Got a lob. Back out to Hoffman near the timeline. Here's Hamilton. Handoff to Spicer. Spicer off the side of the rim.
Good defense again by Reynolds. They want him to shoot jumpers. It's exactly what they need.
Williams looking at Starr. Reverses it back over to Sheets. There's Eubanks at the top. Probably not where you want him having the ball. Ooh. Williams resetting the offense here. Good crossover into the key, all the way to the rim. He misses, but he gets his own rebound. Williams again over to Starr. Warren's been quiet for a little bit. See if he can get something going here.
Gresham's really playing tough half-court D right now.
Eubanks looking to post again. He's really got to fight down low to get position. And we're going to get a foul on Gresham. Good job by Eubanks fighting for position down there. He draws the foul.
Foul on Mason McCoy, his second.
That foul was on number 33, Mason McCoy.
18 foul.
That'll be his second.
You see the coach over there. He's got his young guards over there trying to impart to them to take their time, work together, and keep looking for the big man inside. They're fine where they are right now. They can't force anything. Just take their time, like he said, and they're going to get good shots down inside and get to the free throw line.
That was a 1-and-1 bonus for Reynolds. He misses the free throw, and Gresham the other way. And Hoffman, but I think we're going to get a goaltending here. It's like he went up and grabbed the net.
I missed that one, PJ. What happened?
One of the players following down went up to follow. The ball was going in, and he grabbed the net, and the rim popped down. So that's an automatic offensive goaltending, no basket. Really didn't need to do that because the ball was going in. So.
And that was assured too. And in a close game like this, those come back to ditch you at the end of the game sometimes.
Brandon Williams takes the seat for Reynolds. There's Poach. Oh, and we got a turnover there by Reynolds. Little miscommunication. Poach thought he was popping out, and he cut to the basket. Pretty good defense there again by Reynolds. Didn't box out. And Mason McCoy with the offensive rebound, and he gets fouled on the putback, so he'll shoot free throws here.
Yeah, PJ, Gresham worked it around and actually got a couple good shots inside, and then they hit the offensive glass, and that's exactly where Reynolds can hurt themselves if they don't keep going to the boards.
You know, that's one of those things a young team can learn from. They had 3 guys there, but no one put a body on the lone offensive player, and he ends up with the rebound.
Exactly. Got to put a body on somebody.
And we're going to get a lane violation on Gresham. So it's no basket on the free throw. So that's 3 points in a matter of about 30 seconds that Gresham has given up.
Yeah, and we know the Gresham coach is not happy with that. Those are mental mistakes, and you can't afford those right now.
24-17, 45 seconds left to go here in the first half. There's Poach into the key, misses the layup, gets his own rebound. There's Eubanks underneath, and he puts it up and scores.
Oh, the big man, Drew Eubanks. That was a nice finish underneath.
Gresham working the offense, no rush here. 20 seconds left to go here in the half. Hamilton inside with Eubanks on him. It's a tough, tough offensive move there.
Great D by the big man again.
10 seconds. Oh, there's Eubanks underneath. And we got a turnover. Gresham. Oh.
Almost.
Yes, close shot there. So at the end of the first half, Gresham leads 24-19 over Reynolds here on MetroEast Sports.
Get your ass out. You're not sitting here. Yes, I am. Move. Give it to him hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stabbing me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are the #1 killer of children 1 through 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
We're back here, Reynolds High School with MetroEast Sports. I am PJ Miller. With me is Jerry Peterson, the coach. And a great first half here is kind of a tale of 2 different quarters there. Reynolds started out a little slow. Gresham did a good job of putting pressure on him, but Reynolds really settled down. You know, they're a really young team. They settled down in that second quarter and kind of helped dictate things there as that second quarter went on.
Yeah, Reynolds actually being only down by 5 right now, I think they feel really good about themselves. They can go to the locker room and talk about some of the things that they didn't do, which is rebounding, helping inside, putting bodies on the Gresham players to make sure they don't get that second chance points. But overall, all in all, they're looking really, really good right now at this point.
One of the things that I would look for Reynolds to do here in the second half, getting Eubanks involved a little bit more, is maybe a little high pick and roll and get him rolling towards the basket. People really can't, nobody from Gresham can guard him down low, and if they can get that roll and they can just kind of lob it up there to him, I think they can get some pretty good offensive looks out of that from Eubanks.
Yeah, definitely. Eubanks is they have no one on the Gresham side of the lineup that can really match him as far as length. And if they keep going inside to him, I think they're going to get Gresham in foul trouble. And he's long, he's a difficult person to defend. And if they can just get the ball to him and in the spots where he can do something with it, they're going to really have a lot of success with that in the second half.
And for Gresham, they need to get out in transition like they did in that first quarter, play some defense, full court pressure, try to get the ball, make those young players from Reynolds make some mistakes early on, make some bad passes, get some easy transition points.
Yeah. Gresham right now, they're really not playing their game. They're kind of playing in a Reynolds game. And it's kind of a slow game. The fans aren't really into it that much, so there's not that big of an effect. But Gresham really wants to get a helter-skelter situation out there where they're really getting up and down the court. And they've really been having to go to their half-court offense, and that's not their best offense for Gresham. They're better when they're running. They got good athletes that can get up and down and score easy layups and buckets. So they're going to have to go back to the drawing board and put the pressure on Reynolds.
All right, we're going to talk about some Mount Hood Conference rankings when we come back after this commercial break here on MetroEast Sports.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
All right, we're back here, MetroEast Sports. I am PJ Miller here with the coach, Jerry Peterson. We're going to talk a little bit about this Mount Hood Conference. You know, we've been covering them for a couple weeks now. We've seen some of the teams that are at the top, including Central Catholic, your alma mater.
Yeah, Central's looking really good right now at this point in the season. They're obviously #1 and ranked #4 in the state, so they're right where they want to be in the middle of the conference race. And looking good right now.
Last week we did the Barlow Central Catholic game, which was a really good game. Barlow did a pretty good job of dictating the tempo there, and you know, when they go back out to Barlow for that rematch, that's going to be a really interesting matchup. You know, Barlow's the #2 team in the conference, ranked number 11 in state, so really a nip-tuck battle there for first place in the Mount Hood Conference.
Yeah, Barlow is definitely Central's biggest rival as far as the conference title goes. Gresham's in 3rd place right now, but Barlow, that's who Central has to look out for, and they're going to have to go out to Barlow and play them on their home court. Barlow has a lot of reasons to want to win that game.
We did the Barlow-Gresham game as well a couple weeks ago, and this Gresham team did a pretty good job holding with that Barlow up until about the 3rd quarter, and then that pressure that Barlow put onto them just kind of allowed them to kind of break away there at the end of the 3rd quarter and into the 4th quarter. And I think it's one of those matchups that Gresham, they match up really well because they kind of play the same tempo and the same style. So I think that that's a pretty big key for Gresham when they're playing these top teams, is can they dictate their tempo? Because when they do that, they play really well.
Yeah, because the top 3 teams, Central, Barlow, and Gresham, they're really the class of the league. And then you have David, Douglas, and Reynolds and Centennial, and they're good teams. They really compete when they go out of the league, but it's tough in this Mount Hood League because Central Catholic and Barlow really have some great players on their teams and guys that are going to be going to Division I schools. So the rest of the league is just trying to play catch-up really right now.
So this Reynolds team, 5 juniors, 4 sophomores, and a freshman, very young. But we talked a little bit about Eubanks. We've talked about Warren and Williams. They have a pretty good team looking forward to next year and 2 years down the line when these juniors and sophomores start to mature and become seniors.
Yeah, Reynolds, they have a, 2nd-year coach. He's only been here 2 years, and he really inherited a young team. And really, PJ, I'm impressed. They've got some great long bodies out there, and that's what you need. Any high school team would be great. I mean, we'll be blessed to have any players 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", and over because it's rare, especially up in the Northwest. And these guys look like they have a little talent, and I think once they get their rhythm together and some time playing together, they're young. 1 or 2 years, these guys are going to be a force in the Mount Hood League.
Yeah, the maturity going from a freshman, sophomore, up until you get a senior, there is a big difference on kind of not only their bodies but on the maturity level emotionally and mentally. And not having a senior on this Reynolds team, that has a huge effect on how they play. There's not one player that they can look to who's had 4 years of experience for this program.
Yeah, that makes it really tough, BJ, because when you get in those situations where you need a shot or you need somebody to step up and get a steal, you usually look for senior leadership in those situations, and right now they just don't have it. And, they're going to have to develop that as the year goes on, and I'm sure some player is going to eventually step up. Like I said, I like the way Brandon Williams handles the ball. He's a heady player. He gets to the hole, but he's young, and he just hasn't been able to finish tonight. And they have some other young players, too, that I think as we develop getting toward the end of the season, you never know.
All right, we're going to get back here with some second half action, but we're going to take a quick break here on MetroEast Sports.
It's not his new group of friends. It's not the video games. It's not the neighborhood.
Mom, do I have to go to school today?
The biggest threat to your child's future could be you. Every day they miss, even in middle school, puts their graduation at risk.
All right, we're back here, MetroEast Sports, Reynolds High School for second half action between Gresham and Reynolds. The Gophers from Gresham, second time we've covered them, and this is our first time covering Reynolds. Been pretty impressed so far with some of this young talent out here at Reynolds, and looking forward to some really good second half action. Gresham's up 24-19 here as we start the second half. I have to say, this band, they're pretty good out here. They're very loud, but they're a very good band.
Good for a high school band, and makes the atmosphere really fun and exciting for Reynolds.
All right, Gresham looking to work the perimeter. Hamilton inside, goes a little jump hook, and we got a block there by Eubanks. He's just got those long arms. It's hard to get a shot up over the top of him.
Yeah, it really is. If you're close to him, you really don't understand how long his arms are and his length and width.
And we're going to get a turnover on Reynolds just off his fingertips. Cameron Sheets.
I'm good.
Gresham going to work their half-court sets here. Looking to go inside to Hamilton again. Kicks it back out to Hoffman. Back into Hamilton. Trying to go against Eubanks, and he puts this one in. Still looks like Eubanks got a piece of that, but Hamilton able to fight through it and get the two.
Yeah, he powered that one up right over the big man, and that's what you have to do. He's young and he's not that strong, so you got to go right at him when they're big.
There's Eubanks inside. Great look there to Warren. Devontae Warren with the two. Great look from Eubanks.
Yeah, he's going to have some more scoring out of him if they're going to win this game tonight.
Here's Spicer into the key. Great look inside. Mason McCoy with the two with a great setup there by Austin Spicer.
Yeah, they're all-around player, Austin Spicer. They go to him when they're in trouble, and he usually delivers for them.
Great no look there by Starr, finds Eubanks. Here's Poach, misses it. Rebound there by Eubanks, unable to put it in. That's the second time he shot it without jumping.
Yeah, the big fella, he's just getting his wings right now and learning how to use his height.
There's Hamilton inside, powers up for the two. Pushes Gresham's lead to 9, 30-21. 5:45 left to go here. And luckily we didn't get a technical there by Eubanks.
Yeah, PJ, Reynolds has to watch it right now. Gresham is starting to get the game going up and down in their pace, and they don't want to lose contact. They want to make sure they keep it slow so they can score and get to the free throw line and get to their big man.
Here's Estebar setting up the offense, looking for a screen from Hamilton. And we got a three-pointer missed by Spicer. And out of bounds, it'll be Gresham ball.
Yeah, Gresham looks good coming out of halftime right now, PJ. I think they're doing exactly what they want to do on offense.
Looks a lot like the beginning of the game.
Yep.
When they dictated tempo. There's Hamilton inside again.
Nice out of bounds play on that one.
Yeah, I think it was the beginning of the game. Hamilton had two quick baskets there as well, so. Looking to go inside there to Eubanks. Eubanks out to Starr. Back into Eubanks. Nice pass there by Starr, but Eubanks unable to connect.
Excellent pass from the inside, from the outside in.
There's Devontae. Hoffman, he misses the lay-in. Good defense there by Reynolds.
Looks like Gresham's is extending their defense out. They're really more in a three-quarter, half-court press. It's giving Reynolds a lot of fits right now. See if they can get a basket, PJ, on this time down, because they really are going to lose contact if they don't at least get a good shot here.
Ball's inbounded to Sheets. Sheets looking to go to Eubanks. Reverses it over to Starr. Starr for three. Up and over the backboard. It'll be out of bounds to Gresham.
That would have been a nice shot for them on the skip pass over to the wide open Starr. He just missed it by a little bit.
Yeah, they ran the offense. They got a good open shot, just unable to connect there. There's Nico into the corner. Spicer back out to Hamilton, to Hoffman. Spicer hits a cutting Hamilton just off the rim, and the ball will go out of bounds off of Gresham, so it'll be Reynolds' ball.
like Gresham set up for their full court pressure right now, and they know they've got their foot on the throat of Reynolds right now. If they can get a couple baskets, they may break them.
Williams into the game for Reynolds. There's great pressure there by Nico. Nico into the lane, unable to connect. Reynolds out on the break. And we're gonna get a foul there. Great job by Cameron Sheets. Takes the ball coast to coast and draws the foul, and he'll shoot free throws.
That was a nice drive. He got the rebound and took it all the way. He had the big man underneath, but he took the smart play and went right in and got the foul. See, can he capitalize on these free throws?
Sheets hits the first free throw. And second one is off. Nico into the front court. Little pull-up jumper, and he hits it on the baseline. Nice look there from Nico. There's Estebar going over the top. So that'll be a foul there on Drew Eubanks, his second.
Yeah, like I said, I like this Eubanks kid. He's a real hustler. He sticks inside, and he definitely has an eye for the ball.
One of the things I'm noticing from Gresham is they're taking exception to a lot of the things that Eubanks is trying to do out there, and they're coming back at him with elbows. So
they're getting a little upset about it. It's getting chippy inside.
And we got a ball out of bounds. It'll be Reynolds' ball. Got a little collision there as Williams goes to the ground and landed on a Gresham player. Looked like he either knocked the wind out of him or maybe landed on his leg or something.
Yeah, they gave Eubanks a rest right now. He went to the bench, and then the other half of their big man tandem is still in the game. That's Dakota Ayala. He's going to have to step up right now with Eubanks on the bench.
Reynolds inbounds, trying to break the pressure of Gresham. Just Poach breaks a double. Out to Warren, into Williams. It's a double by Gresham. Ooh. It's a good look, but Nico Estebar steps in front, knocks the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, it was a really tight situation in there to squeeze the ball in on that play.
There's Ayala misses the jumper, but it'll stay Reynolds' ball as the ball goes out of bounds off of Gresham. 2:29 left to go here, third quarter.
Yeah, without Eubanks in there right now, PJ, they're having trouble finding somebody that can put the ball in the basket.
And the ball can go into the backcourt as long as no one touched it first. So that's why it's not an over and back penalty there. There's Warren underneath. Double here by Gresham. Very aggressive defensively. Nice little turnaround. Unable to put it in. Scramble for the ball, and we're going to get a foul on Reynolds. That'll be on Devontae Warren.
Yeah, PJ, that happens quite a bit. A player gets a little frustrated because he had a tough shot that didn't fall, and so he wants to hustle and try to grab the rebound, and in his eagerness, he fouled on that play, but there's nothing wrong with that. Good hustle play. Just get back and play D.
That was the first foul on Warren. There's a shot there. It's going to be a two-pointer for Mason McCoy. Had a foot on the line. Williams over to Poach. Inside to Warren. Warren hits the two-pointer inside. It's wide open.
Reynolds needed that bucket because they were really starting to fall behind. They got to keep contact with these guys and get to the fourth quarter, get their big man back in the game.
12-point game here, 36-24. Minute 24 left to go here, third quarter. Reynolds working their half-court offense. There's Nico with a pull-up. It's in and out. Battle for the rebound, and Poach comes up with it. Williams brings it across for Reynolds. Over to Poach. Penetrates. Got a double team here from Gresham, trapping the ball. Pull up. Cameron Sheets with a little pull-up floater. It's a nice shot there in the lane.
Yeah, that was an important basket. They needed that when they're only down by 10.
40 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Hoffman at the top. Nico penetrates. Another in and out. Reynolds saves it. Out to Warren. Warren aggressive to the hoop. Unable to connect. Gets a rebound. Unable to connect. There's Bachman down low against Ayala. And we're going to get an offensive foul on Bachman.
Fouls on Van Bachman, his second.
Can't tell if he pushed off with his off arm or if he lowered his shoulder into him.
Yeah, a lot of times when they spin like that, they use the off arm to hook the other player, and it's hard to see from a player's point of view or the fans, but the ref is right there in position, and he obviously caught that one.
There's a turnover. Gresham, quick shot, 5 seconds. Gresham puts it in. And that will be the end of the third quarter with a flurry from Gresham there as they take a 12-point lead heading into the fourth quarter. They lead 38-26 over Reynolds here on MetroEast Sports.
Seven 7,000 high school students drop out every school day. Let's catch them before it's too late. To start helping students in your community, visit boostup.org.
All right, back here, MetroEast Sports, Reynolds High School. Start of the fourth quarter, Reynolds leads 38-26 in what has been a seesaw battle back and forth between these teams. Both teams trying to dictate the tempo, and when one team is able to do that, they're able to kind of take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's true. It's been a back and forth game, but right now it looks like Gresham is playing the game at their speed. Helter-skelter.
Gresham going with some pressure defense and a little jump hook there by Drew Eubanks.
Yeah, that's Reynolds' big man delivering for them again, and they're going to have to go to him a lot in this quarter if they're going to pull back into this game.
Gresham content working their half-court offense, and the ball tipped out of bounds by Reynolds, so it'll stay Gresham ball.
Austin Poach for Devontae Warren.
Poach comes in for Warren. And we got an over and back violation. So it'll be Raider ball.
Yeah, Reynolds can sneak in a couple quick baskets here early in the beginning of the quarter and get themselves back in the game. It's going to be tight going down the stretch.
And we're going to get a turnover. It'll be Gresham ball.
Yeah, this is what they can't have happen, PJ. They made nice defense and got the ball back, and then they turn it right back over.
Yeah, it's that young attitude of Reynolds right now. Lack a little bit of experience and, you know, don't give in to the pressure. We got it inside for Gresham was missed. Reynolds with the rebound. Ayala inside.
Nice.
He hits the little spinning lay-in.
It's a
Beautiful footwork by the big man inside on the spin reverse move.
And here we got a three-pointer in and out from Spicer, but we got an offensive rebound for Gresham. There's Bachman. Got a double there, and we're going to get a foul on Starr.
Yeah, second chance points are really hurting Reynolds right now. They have to stay focused. They have to put a body on someone and make sure they only give Gresham one shot at the basket in the fourth quarter. That's important going down the stretch.
Check that foul was called on Williams. That'll be his first. Oh, we got a turnover. Great steal by Starr. Quickly out to Warren. And he hits it. Great move there to stop, let the defense pass, and hit the little lay-in.
That was nice patience by Warren. He stayed under control and got the easy bucket, and they needed that one. Now they're only down by 6.
Close to another turnover there from Gresham. And it'll be a second foul on Williams.
Yeah, PJ, it's starting to tighten up a little bit. Starting to get a little nervous. Might have to unloosen my tie right now. Might have a real close one coming down the stretch.
Hey, that's all we can ask for.
That's right.
Some great high school sports. There's Nico into the corner. Finds Spicer for 3. Misses. Starr with a rebound. Over to Poach. Inside to Eubanks. Misses, gets his own rebound, blocked by Hamilton. And we got a great look here for Williams. Williams hits it, and we got a Gresham player down on the ground.
Yeah, PJ, I don't know. I think he might have got an elbow to the head. They were really hustling for the ball on that play, both teams, and it looks like we can't see the Gresham player's number. He's not looking
Looks like
good
it's
right
Spicer.
Now. Yeah, it is Spicer. You're right.
Can't really tell what's wrong.
We know they were both going for the ball, and they had a collision, and actually Reynolds got lucky and they got the loose ball and got an easy basket, but Spicer's still down on the ground and still trying to figure out what happened.
Well, we'll take a quick break here at MetroEast Sports, and we'll be back shortly.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who take action are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
Yeah, one or the other.
Looks like they're checking Spicer's vision. Looks like it could possibly be some sort of head injury. I hate to speculate too much. He is sitting up now. You know, these kids go so hard, and sometimes with reckless abandon to their own bodies.
Yeah, they do. It's nice to be young, PJ, but, you know, the body can only take so much, and you do have to watch yourself out there because it's a dangerous game. People say there's no pads in basketball, but these guys hit each other hard, and they really get at it underneath, and so when you're going for a ball, you just never know what could happen.
So Spicer able to walk off, but definitely needed some assistance from coaches, and
he's
does
moving
not
real slow,
seem to
PJ.
be with all of his faculties right now. So hopefully he's all right. Don't think we'll see him back in this game.
At least not anytime soon. They're going to have to bring out the smelling salts for that one.
So back to a 4-point game here. 5:50 left to go. Gresham leads Reynolds 38-34. And what has tightened up quickly here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, surprisingly, just like that, Reynolds has been playing its game, and they slipped right back into only being down by 4 points.
It's been a good job of pressure from Reynolds to get back into this. And there's Hamilton inside. More pressure here from Gresham. Williams over to Poach. Back to Williams. Williams penetrates into the key. Finds Warren for 3. And we're going to get a foul. And it's going to be a push-off there from Devontae Hoffman.
Oh, yeah, PJ. Devontae's giving away about 5 or 6 inches right there, and he really had no choice. He hit him down low with the push, and they're really having problems with the big man down there.
I think you were being generous with 5 or 6 inches. Here's
That's
Starr
right.
for 3 off the front of the rim. Eubanks and Hamilton battling down low as Hamilton tries to get position. There's Nico back over to Hoffman. Looking to go into Hamilton. The ball is tipped out of bounds and it'll stay Gresham ball. Eubanks and Hamilton have been battling down low all night long. Both of them offensively looking to get some pretty good position down low to set up an offensive move. Pump fake by Hamilton, and he goes up strong with the right hand, and he finishes. So just like that, 4 quick points from Gresham extends their lead back to 8 points. There's Starr into the corner, open three-pointer.
Yes.
Hits it, nothing but the bottom of the net for Starr.
Yes, that was a great ball movement on the skip pass all the way across court, and Starr was wide open, and he nailed it.
So big shot there from Starr as Gresham goes in. We got a no call there on the contact underneath. Nico looks at the ref.
That was a lot of contact. There definitely was a foul, but no harm, no foul, I guess.
Yeah, the fourth quarter whistle gets swallowed a little bit here.
Yep.
It's Hamilton down low, and we're going to get a foul on Eubanks.
Yeah, the young Gresham players, they tend to fall asleep when there's an out-of-bounds player. Just they get kind of lax, and then all of a sudden, Gresham does something quick, and all of a sudden they're at the basket with the easy shot underneath, or you put in a position to have to foul and give away some easy free throws. They got to focus. They're young. They got to pay attention and stay in this game because they're right where they want to be, PJ.
Hamilton misses the first. Coach is talking to Hamilton, or Eubanks, about his defensive position there. Get your hands up is what I think he was telling the young fella.
Yeah, because you might be doing a few sprints when it comes to practice next week for that one.
All right, so we got a timeout here, and it's going to be a full, so we'll take a break as Gresham leads 43-37 over Reynolds here on MetroEast Sports.
Can you consent with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite. Unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. One book could be the most elevated, helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
All right, back here, Reynolds High School as the Raiders are playing host to the Gophers of Gresham. 3:57 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Gresham leads 43-37. It's been really a tale of two tides. Reynolds has been able to kind of dictate some tempo at points, and that's when they've really made some strides. But when they let the pressure get to them, the pressure of Gresham, it's really been a problem for them.
Yeah, PJ, I think it's going to come down to right now, Gresham's going to keep the pressure on and see if these young Raiders can take the pressure, withstand the pressure.
This is great growing opportunity for Reynolds. There's Williams inside to Warren. Warren for 3. Just a little long.
Yeah.
Rebound there by Nico.
They could have used that 3, PJ, definitely.
Reynolds stepping up the defensive pressure. A little pull-up jumper. Nice little pull-up jumper there by Mason McCoy.
Yeah, he's one of those real wing players for Gresham that can do a lot and got a nice little inside jumper on that move.
Poach back over to Eubanks. Good defense here by Gresham, really scrambling, putting pressure on Reynolds.
You just have to take their time and wait for the big man to get in his position.
3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 8-point game.
There he is.
Eubanks, a little turnaround jump hook, misses. We got a rebound from Gresham. So Rango there with the rebound, quickly into the front court. Nice little hesitation.
That was a tough series of plays for Reynolds right there. They had an easy chippy underneath and they missed it, and then they get 2 scored on them on the other way.
That was a great move by Mason McCoy. And then Starr comes back and he hits the floater and draws the foul. So he'll shoot 1 free throw, a chance for a 3-point play here.
Yeah, that was a nice tough move inside by Starr. He didn't hesitate when he got the board. He went right back and got 2 and to the free throw line.
Completes the old-fashioned 3-point play. Brings them to within 7, 47-40. Just under 2.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. It's Devontae Hoffman looking to penetrate. He's going to draw a foul. It'll be a side out of bounds for Gresham. And that is the 6th team foul on Barlow. So 1 more and it'll be bonus time. Nico at the top. In no hurry to get anything going here. Gresham content, working for a good shot inside, and it's going to be a foul on Reynolds.
Yeah, that was a tough play for Reynolds. They played pretty good defense. The problem is the clock is not on their side, so they're going to have to actually come out of their zone and actually probably go to man-to-man and really pressure and double team.
It's Mako Arango at the free throw line, and that foul was on Drew Eubanks, and that's his 4th. So has to be careful at this point. 1 more and he'll be out of the game.
They got to push the ball right now, PJ. They need to get the ball up and get quick shots at the basket.
2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Going back inside to Eubanks, they're going to get a foul on Hamilton, reaching in on the entry pass.
Yeah, that was a great play, PJ, because that stopped the clock, but they're not in the free throw. They're not in the bonus, so they're not going to get free throws. They have to keep going back and doing the same thing. Hurry, hurry.
Reynolds struggling to get the ball in bounds. Goes inside, misses, but he draws the foul. Cameron Sheets thought that one was going to go in, but it bounced out just at the end, but he will shoot 2 free throws here.
Yeah, that ball looked like it was on a pool table. It touched about 3 different players, bouncing around, and it landed up in his hands, and he got the easy shot, but he missed it.
Hits the first free throw. Both these teams have shot pretty good free throws tonight. I believe it was the Gresham Barlow game where we saw a lot of missed free throws from Gresham. So shooting better tonight, and we're going to get a foul.
Yeah, boy, I don't know if the cameras are catching that, but it's really getting intense down inside right now. It's a little chippy play. These players, they see each other twice a year, but they live in the same neighborhood. Really, they're close, so you know they see each other at the different parks and playgrounds. So there's a little animosity out there.
Yeah, Devontae Warren with a foul there. Yeah, I've been noticing it all night, especially with Hamilton and Eubanks.
Yeah.
They've been, going back down the court and kind of pushing each other and rubbing off on each other. So it's a miss there. Great rebound there by the guard over Eubanks.
That's a big mistake right there.
Gresham needs to pull the ball back out, run some offense, and we're going to get a foul there. Foul will be on Devontae Warren. Going to be a blocking foul. It's a 7-point game here, 1:38 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
Nico Estebar will be shooting 2 free throws, or 1 and 1 bonus. Misses the first. Eubanks with the rebound. 7-point game here. Can't really be too many more empty trips for Reynolds. And we almost got a steal there from Arango. But the ball went out of bounds. It'll stay with Reynolds.
Yeah, Reynolds really has to warn each other and let them know when there's a double team or a player leaving to go make a steal. It's quite loud in the gym, so.
We're going to get a timeout here. And it's going to be a full timeout. So 1:27 left to go here, fourth quarter. Gresham leads 48-41 here on MetroEast Sports.
Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If you're pregnant or have young children and your home was built before 1978, you could be at risk. Learn how to protect your family. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, or just to find help, log on to leadfreekids.org.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
All right, we're back here. MetroEast Sports, Reynolds side inbounds here. Down 7, 1:27 left to go. Looking to go inside to Eubanks. Just out of his reach, and got a turnover there by Reynolds.
Yeah, that was a nice thought. Looking for the big man inside for the lob, but just a little off with the pass.
Yeah, that was a good design there by head coach John Poach. Got the play that they wanted, just weren't able to execute it there. Devontae Hoffman.
They need the foul right now.
I think they're going to try to trap here, try to get a 10-second call. And there is a foul called. I don't know if I would have fouled there at that point. They had been in the backcourt for at least 5 seconds, so I would have tried to at least try to get a 10-second call, and then once they cross half court, then foul.
Yeah, it's kind of tough when you're a young player too, trying to figure out when and when not to foul and when to shoot and when not. Say at this point right now, the clock really is against them. That's their biggest enemy. So they need to find the worst foul shooter and try to get to him early.
Nico Estebar misses the first. He'll have one more. And we're going to get another timeout. And it's going to be a 30, so we'll stay here. So what do you look for Reynolds to do here? Are they at the point where they're just taking an easy 2 or the quickest shot they can get, or do they need to start shooting some threes?
Well, I really think they still, it's a minute 16. I mean, it's not impossible, but they do need to get the ball up quick. They need to get to the basket quick and try to get the traditional old school three-point play. They might be able to get it inside of their big man and he'll get fouled, and that stops the clock, and they have a chance to set their defensive pressure up. So they don't have to jack up the threes right now, but they definitely need to get the ball up quick and score as fast as possible.
If you're Gresham, do you consider taking some fouls here? They're in the 1-and-1 bonus. Not, you know.
Yeah.
High school is, you know,
tough.
free throws are still, you know, pretty tough.
Yeah, they are.
They're not a gimme like they are at the higher levels. So if they're looking at an easy 2 points, I'd look for a foul from Gresham.
Definitely.
There's Starr for 3, off the back of the rim. Battle for the rebound, and Nico Estebar comes up with the rebound. And that's about the 3rd rebound that Nico Estebar has come up with.
Yeah, he has a real nose for the ball, PJ. He's been really every scrum, every loose ball, he's been somewhere near it, and he's come up with quite a few of them.
And we have a full timeout here, so with 59.7 seconds left, Gresham leads Reynolds 49-41 here on MetroEast Sports.
In 1977, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the US Open twice, 1 in 1.2 billion. The odds of him having a child diagnosed with autism, 1 in 88. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs of autism.
All right, back here, MetroEast Sports. Fourth quarter, 59.7 seconds left. Reynolds trails Gresham 49-41. Looking for probably a quick foul here from Reynolds. And we got a foul on Starr. Devontae Hoffman will go to the free throw line for 2.
Yeah, that's a good foul right there, PJ, because at this point, Gresham hasn't shown that they are hitting all their free throws, especially Hoffman, so not too much time ran off the clock, and they got a good foul. They fouled the right person.
Hoffman drains the first one. I guess he heard you talking,
yeah,
so.
He must have heard it. I didn't jinx him.
Hoffman with one more here. Oh.
Did I hear anybody call a bang?
Faintly, maybe. Devontae Hoffman hits 2, makes it a 10-point game for Gresham. 50 seconds left to go here. Starr with a long three-pointer, about 2 steps behind the line.
Yes.
7-point game. Here's Hoffman again, gets it across, and we're going to get a foul call. And we're going to get a charge. What a big call.
Huge call, PJ.
Hoffman, little out of control there. Eubanks steps in front of him and draws the charge. That was if it goes the other way, Eubanks is out of the game, and that's a big, big rebounder there for Reynolds. So
it's a great play by Eubanks. Really heady play. He took a chance. He had his feet set, and he just really was at the mercy of the ref. But that was a good play, and they needed that one. The big fella stepping up.
All right, we got another timeout here from Reynolds, and it'll be a full as well. So with 38.5 seconds left, we'll take probably one last break here on MetroEast Sports.
Get your ass out. You're not sitting here. Yes, I am. Move. Give it to him hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why are you stabbing me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
All right, we're back here, MetroEast Sports, 51-44. Gresham leads by 7, 38.5 seconds left. Reynolds inbounds. Looking to cut into that lead. Here's Starr. Step back. Warren back to Starr. Got to get something. Quickly, here's Starr with the pull-up just off the front of the rim, and we're going to get a foul. It's a great look there from Starr. Left it a little bit short, but, you know, about 3 steps behind the line. It was a good-looking shot. Couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, they worked the ball around, and they took a little more time off the clock than they probably wanted to, but they got a decent shot, an open look at the basket. He just couldn't knock it down.
Mason McCoy will be at the line for Gresham, shooting 2. Left it a little bit short, then bounced off the rim, and we're going to get a lane violation. Looks like what they're calling.
They're trying to get it right down there.
Yeah. Looks like they are going to say that he was asked to come in.
Okay.
So it will not be a lane violation.
Well, if he hits one, they might have to go ahead and start warming the buses up.
There's McCoy. Hits the second. 44-52, Gresham leads. Here's Starr. Got a rebound and a putback there. Cameron Sheets. And we got a quick timeout by Reynolds. So that puts it at 52-46. So it's a 6-point game here for Reynolds. Coming out, they're going to have to foul quickly. 11 seconds to go here.
Yeah, PJ, I really think that Reynolds can be really proud of the way they played tonight. They might not come out of here with a win, it doesn't look like, but for such a young team, they really held their own, and they have a great future with their big man, Drew Eubanks, the 6'7" sophomore. He really made a difference tonight and showed he's going to be a force to be reckoned with in this league for the next couple years.
It'll be interesting to see kind of how Gresham handles this pressure. If they want to make some headway here in this Mount Hood Conference, these pressure situations, someone's got to step up and hit some free throws. And they have not hit free throws in the past couple games that we've watched them. So
they've shown vulnerability at that point in their game, and late in the season you're going to have to knock those down if you want to go to state.
And
confusion.
Okay, Gresham will still inbounds here. Over to Hamilton. Hamilton back to Nico, but it's stolen. Sheets again. We got the outlet pass. And game clock runs out as Gresham wins 52-48 in a frantic end of the game. A great game by both teams there. Reynolds left it all out on the court. Gresham played a great game out there. And not a lot you can say when both these teams play hard. And it's just one of them had to come up short tonight.
Yeah, someone has to lose, and it's always hard when you're the one on the losing end of the scoreboard. But like I said, Reynolds, they have nothing to be ashamed of. They have a lot to hang their hat on. And they have some great young players to build with for next year and even the rest of this year, because they're going to get tested. They're going to have a chance to beat some of the higher teams that are up there, the 1 and 2, 3 teams in the league. And that's how you get better, PJ, is playing against better competition. You know that. And they're going to have their chances. And I feel good about their team. They really are exciting and going to have something fun for for Reynolds out here for the next couple of years to watch.
Yeah, it's got to be a kind of one of those hard conversations to have with a young team. They played so well at points, but they just couldn't quite put it all together tonight. Coach Poach, what do you go into the locker room and tell your team at this point?
Well, I tell you, they're going to have their heads down because they know they were at home and they were close. And they played an excellent first half, and they had the tempo, they had things going their way, but when you're young players, things get away from you faster than you think. All of a sudden you're down by 4, and then you look up at the scoreboard and you're down by 12. And that's really what happened to them. They had some mental lapses because of their youth. But, they're going to get past those things as they get more experience, and they have a lot to build on. They have 2 sophomores that are unbelievable. Cody Starr had a great game. Drew Eubanks had a great game. They had Devontae Warren. He didn't really have his normal game for him, and that probably hurt him tonight. But they have things to build on, and I think they're going to go back and come out next Tuesday and be ready to play.
Gresham, they did a good job of working their offense when they were in the half-court set and really putting pressure on Reynolds, which was the key to the game for them. They knew that this young team, that they had to put pressure on them and make them make some mistakes, and they were able to do that tonight.
Yeah. Gresham, they have the veterans, and they've played the tough games this year, and they've been in a lot of good games with a lot of really highly ranked teams. So Gresham has a lot of confidence, and they have, of course, junior and senior leadership, and that makes a big difference when you get in these close games. But like you said, PJ, they have an Achilles heel with that free throw situation.
and they didn't take care of the ball like we've seen them take care of it tonight. And so that could come back to bite them later on here when they face Central Catholic again and some of the other teams in the league.
All right, that will do it for us here tonight on Metro Esports. I am PJ Miller along with Jerry Peterson. Thank you, Jerry, for coming out tonight.
Yeah, it's been fun, PJ. I love calling these games with you, and we love high school basketball, and we'll be seeing you guys again next Friday.
Yes. All right, for all the crew out here, thank you very much for all that you guys did. We appreciate it here on Metro Esports. Good night.
Good night.